Once the 14-minute timer is done and all 4 athletes have established their top weights, you will then have a 4-minute transition period before we roll immediately into event 2. In that 4-minute transition period, your team is responsible for loading the bar for the next event. For event 2, every team will only be allowed to use 1 barbell. That barbell could be a men's barbell or it could be a women's barbell. That is up for you to decide. Within that 4 minutes, you need that barbell loaded to the first athlete's weight. Workout number 2 will be relay style. Every athlete will complete all of their work before the next athlete tags in to complete all of their work. Each athlete will begin with a row for time. It is going to be a 42/30 cal row. As soon as you are done with your rower, you will then work through 9-7-5 of clean and jerks, burpees over the bar, and then your bar skill could be bar muscle ups, chest to bars, pull-ups, or jumping pull-ups. Cool? This event is 2 separate scores. Your team will be scored on the total time it takes as your rows added together, and then the total time of the entire event. As soon as you are done your row, you will get to your barbell, and it's your clean and jerks. The clean and jerks could be squat or power. For clean and jerk standard, what we're looking for is for the athlete to get the bar to the shoulders and then up overhead. When going overhead, you need to establish a full lockout of your knees, hips, and elbows. A very common no rep you will see is punching the bar and locking out the elbows, but not finishing the rep with the knees and the hips. You need to establish a full lockout position before you let that bar come down and move into your next rep. From there, you will immediately work into burpees over the bar. For burpees over the bar, you can move laterally, right? And you can stay low. You do not need to lock out. Athlete is going to go down and let their hips and chest touch the ground. As they come up, we're looking for a 2-foot hop up and over the bar. Bang. Hips and chest to the ground, 2-foot hop up and over the bar. Both feet do not need to leave at the exact same time or land at the exact same time. What your judges will be looking for is that both feet are in the air at the same time before you land and move into your next burpee. From there, you will look to perform your bar skill. There are lots to go through. We will start with a bar muscle up. For the bar muscle up, we need to establish a full lockout at the bottom, up and over the bar, full lockout up top, full lockout at the bottom, full lockout up top. Common no reps we'll look to see is keeping the arms bent in that bottom position, not coming to a full lockout, trying to get up and over the bar, that looked rough, right? Or locking out in not a support position and pushing away from the bar as you lock out. You need to finish in a locked out position that you could support yourself with your shoulders over your fists before you drop down into the next rep. The third common no rep in the bar muscle up would be gliding too much in your kip. As you go into your muscle up, if you are going to glide, your toes may not cross this bar line here. Toes may not go above the bar. It would look like that would be a no rep. Your toes need to stay under the line of the bar before you come up and over. Moving on to chest to bars. For the chest to bar pull up, we are still looking for that full lockout at the bottom. Your chest must actually physically make contact with the bar every rep before you go into your next. Those could be C-kipped, chest touches, or could be butterfly. Chest touches, chest touches, chest touches. For pull-ups, it is the exact same standards as the chest to bar, just instead of physically touching your chest, we clearly need to see your chin break the line of the bar, not just get to the bar. If your team is electing to do jumping pull-ups instead of pull-ups, we will need to create the bar so that it is below your wrists and above your elbows. This bar works perfectly for mat. Bang. For our jumping pull-ups, hands will go on the bar. We still need to establish a full lockout at the bottom, jump and pull so that that chin is fully above the bar before returning back to a full lockout position. Must perform bar muscle ups. One athlete must perform chest to bars, and then one athlete must perform pull-ups, and then your fourth athlete can perform either pull-ups or jumping pull-ups. If you are not going to do that bar skill for your team, that highest level bar skill, you may substitute for the one lowest on the rung. So bar muscle ups will go to chest to bars will go to pull-ups will go to jumping pull-ups with a ×2 multiplier. So if your fourth athlete does not have kipping pull-ups, and they must do jumping pull-ups. That set of 9 goes to 18, the set of 7 goes to 14, and the set of 5 goes to 10.